them together. Ready? Get back up at the fifth string. Let it loose. We're going to play them all together. Ready? Go. One more time. Now, sometimes your chord may sound, if you don't have your fingers in the right spot, you may kind of get a couple notes that aren't sounding particularly right, or they're buzzing in some respect. Check your hand position. Well, this is that C that I was trying to play on that fifth string, and it's too far back. I've got to move that finger where it's just hugging up behind that fret, and then he comes out nice and clear. Now, if you don't have good hand strength, and that's what we're building up right now, it may kind of, even though you have your finger in the right spot, it may come out as kind of a dead note like that. The only difference between this and this is putting my fingers down a little bit stronger. If you notice, I didn't move my fingers at all. It's basically how hard I'm pressing them down. And if you press them down hard enough, eventually that chord will open up and blossom up. That's a C chord. Now, the second chord we're going to learn is a G7th chord. C is probably the most common chord you're ever going to find. G7 is probably the next most common chord you're ever going to play. Here, let's go through it string by string. That first string, I've got my first finger on that first fret. Then the second string, third string, and the fourth string are all open. Well, that's easy. Now on the fifth string, I've got my second finger. And on the sixth string, the lowest string, that E string, remember, I've got my third finger. Let's play them all together. And now all together. Very good. Okay, if you look at exercise number one, it goes through the C and the G7th chord alternating between the two. So let's start with that. Here's the C chord. Take a second. Get all of your fingers in the right spots. And that diamond right there is just telling you that you play that C chord and just hold it until it's time for the next G7. So let's play that C chord first. Ready? Go. Now let's switch over to that G7. I can move my third and second finger just up a string, and I move my first finger down a string, and I'm there. Now I go back to the C chord. I move those back into place there. This one up, and I'm at a C chord. Back to the G7th. And now to the C chord. We better try that one more time. Somehow, getting all those chords and the fingers together and all that takes a little bit of time and effort. Let's do that one more time. Start on that C chord. Now switch to that G7th. You may have to do it finger by finger, or if you can do it all together, that's even better. Let's do a G7th. Back to the C chord now. 5-string chord, remember. Don't play that lowest 6th string. Back to G7. All the strings are used on the G7. And then back to the C. Take a look at exercise number 2. This is called slash notation. You'll see this quite a bit as a guitar player. This is something we play in quite a bit. The different slashes, all that's telling you at this stage of the game is just you're going to be strumming one strum for each slash that you see. Okay, so let's get our C chord back up again. And let's do exercise number 2. Ready, play. 3, 4, then the next measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now G7th. Switch over to G7th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back to that C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now take a look at exercise number 3. Now we're going to alternate those chords a little bit quicker, which I know it's probably getting a little fast for you, but let's try it. You ready? Start on that C. Let's go. 1,